Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of AMPossible. Today, I want to share with you a piece of advice that has the capacity to turn your life around. I know this because it has completely changed my life. Not just mine, but many other people's lives for good. It is very simple, but powerful. Let me state it simply. Put God first. Yes, it is very simple, but powerful. Put God first. Not just sometimes, not just when it's convenient, but first above all else, in everything you do. Because everything you see, everything you admire in others, every success, every accomplishment, it's a gift. It's not just something we earn by ourselves. It's grace. It's that unseen hand guiding us through the chaos. Think about that for a moment. How often do we take credit for the good things in our lives? The talents, the opportunities, the doors that open. What if instead of seeing those as merely personal achievements, we saw them as blessings, gifts given, not guaranteed? Picture a young person sitting quietly in a humble room, looking into a mirror. Behind them, a stranger speaks words that sound impossible, words of prophecy, of a future far beyond what they imagine. You will travel the world. You will speak to millions. Now imagine that young person is confused, unsure of their path, maybe even doubting themselves, and yet those words stay with them. That hope, that vision becomes a beacon. How many times do we face moments like that? Moments when the future looks unclear and doubt creeps in, but someone, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or that quiet voice inside, reminds us of the promise we hold. And with that reminder, we find strength, we find direction, we find humility. Humility is crucial here, because life will correct you, life will redirect you. But when you keep God at the center of your journey, you stay grounded, you stay humble, and even when you stray, there's always a way back. Isn't that a powerful thought? That no matter how far you wander, you are never truly lost if you keep faith. So I ask you this, what does it mean to put that kind of faith first? What would change if every decision you made started with that? If you sought guidance first, before acting? What would happen to your life, your goals, your relationships? Now here's a truth that's hard for many to hear. Fail big. Yes, fail big. Because playing it small, staying comfortable, is the surest way to stay stuck. If you want to live a life of significance, of impact, you have to be willing to risk. You have to be willing to stumble, to fall hard, to learn and to rise again stronger. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life, and it's scary. The world out there isn't always kind. It's harsh and demanding. But you only get one shot. So why not chase after what sets your soul on fire? Why not break the boundaries you've set for yourself? Why not dream so big that it scares you? But remember this, dreams alone aren't enough. Dreams without goals are just wishes, empty and fleeting. They can lead only to disappointment. So you must anchor those dreams with clear goals. Goals that demand discipline. Goals that call for consistency. That's where real success lives. You've heard it before. We don't plan to fail. We fail to plan. It's the hard work, the day in, day out effort that separates those who make it from those who don't. But here's another truth. Being busy isn't the same as making progress. You can move fast, be active, even exhausted. But if you aren't moving toward your goal, you're just spinning your wheels. Ask yourself, am I really moving forward, or am I just running in place? There's a lesson in this that's easy to forget. Life doesn't measure success by what you own. You won't see a moving truck behind a hearse. You can't take your money, your possessions, your status with you when you leave this world. So what matters? What legacy will you leave behind? What will people remember about you? Not the things you had, but what you gave, what you became. And that brings me to something many overlook. Success isn't about wealth or possessions. It's about how you use what you have. Each of us has unique talents and gifts. Some will heal, some will teach, some will create, some will serve. But the highest success, the deepest fulfillment, comes when we help others. Now here's a question that might challenge you. Why is it selfish to help someone else? It sounds strange, right? But it's true. Because when you give, when you lift others up, you receive something far greater than money or things, a profound joy, a peace that can't be bought. What's better than that? What wealth could ever compare? That joy, that satisfaction, it's where true success lives. Before I close, I want to share one final practice. Before going to bed tonight, put your slippers somewhere you have to reach for them, maybe under the bed. When you wake up, you'll have to get down on your knees to find them. And while you're there, say thank you. Thank you for grace, for mercy, for wisdom, for love, for kindness, for humility, for peace, for prosperity. Say thank you for what you have and what is yet to come. There is power in gratitude. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. It reminds you that life is a gift and that the future is already being shaped by what you believe is possible. Your deepest desires, that itch you feel inside, that longing for something better, that's not just a random feeling, it's proof. Proof that those things are possible. Proof that they're already yours, waiting to be claimed. So claim them, work hard, stay disciplined. When you succeed, don't forget to reach back and help someone else up. Each one teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. Because the measure of a life well lived isn't found in bank accounts or titles. It's found in the lives you touch, the hearts you change, the legacy you leave. Ask yourself, how will you be remembered? What story will you write with your life? What difference will you make? That, my friends, is the true meaning of success. So go out there, put your faith first. Fail big, dream big. Work hard, be grateful, help others, and never settle for less than your highest calling, because the world needs your light. The world needs your courage. The world needs the greatness that only you can bring. Put God first, not just as a phrase, not as a casual idea, but as the foundation of your life. Think about the gravity of that statement. What would your days look like if every decision, big or small, were filtered through the lens of faith? What if before speaking, before acting, before dreaming, you paused to consider a higher purpose? How would that change your mindset, your actions, your relationships? When I say put God first, I don't mean just believing in some abstract idea of divinity. I mean truly surrendering to the notion that there is a force greater than yourself that is guiding you, that you are not here by accident, that the talents you possess, the opportunities you encounter, they are not merely your own doing, they are gifts, and gifts come with responsibility. Have you ever stopped to reflect on how many times in your life things just aligned, how doors opened in ways that felt impossible, how a chance meeting changed the course of your path? Those moments are not coincidences, they are grace, they are reminders that you are not alone. But here's the catch. Recognizing grace requires humility. It requires admitting that you don't have all the answers, that your strength alone is limited. It means saying, I am here, but I need guidance, I need direction, I need help. And that is not weakness, that is courage. Imagine the peace that can come from living with that humility, a peace that protects you when the storms rage, that steadies you when the path is unclear, that corrects you when you stray from what matters. And yes, sometimes you will stray. Life will test you, you will question, doubt, maybe even turn away. But what if the true measure of faith is not never falling, but always returning? What if the promise is that you will never walk alone, even when you lose your way? So I ask you, what does it mean to put God first in your life? How do you show that every day? What changes when faith is your foundation, not an afterthought? Because everything you have, everything you hope to achieve, when rooted in that faith is more than possible. It becomes inevitable.